It doesn't have to be that figure. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to draw something real quick here. You can make up anything you want. Maybe our character is sitting. So I'm just taking those forms. And I'm going to start be further out a little bit, I think. No. You notice, so I'm drawing in pen, and I'm doing that because I want you to see, like, I'm not worried about making mistakes right now. Because this is all just sketching. Make sure my elbow is at my pelvic, my belly button area. And then I'm going to have like my hand over here. And that might be too big of a hand. That's fine. So I'm going to just draw a figure, and I'm going to decide what my light source is. Let's say my light source is here. And following the rules of our techniques, I'm going to shade this, right? So I don't have to have a face. I don't have to have details or clothing on it. I do want to use my pen techniques to start shading. So if this is, it's gonna be light, moving to dark here. So maybe I want to just do hatching. Maybe it's like on a rock or some sort. So the head is above the neck, which means the neck is going to be darker because the head's going to cast a shadow onto that. But I'm still going to have the light to dark. So it's still going to be light on this side, darker on this side. The head will cast some shadow here, but not a lot. And then the side here will definitely be darker. So your figure could be standing. This part of the body is going to cast a little bit of shadow onto here. The inside will be, it's not going to have a lot of light because the body is going to block it, but this side will be darker. And it'll get a little bit lighter as I get to the top. I'm just going to use my pen to create some shadows. And you can see like my body starting to feel a little bit more three-dimensional. It's starting to feel a little bit more rounded. So just choose a figure. You can, again, you can do the stand-up one. You can use, I'll have some mannequin photos of mannequins in different poses. So if you want to draw one of them and then use the pen techniques to shade it. You don't have to draw in pen like I did. If you want to draw in pencil first, that is completely okay with me, especially because, you know, like I know how this mistake doesn't bother me. I know it probably will bother a lot of you, but feel free to draw in pencil first and then shade. So this will be just one. You just have to do one mannequin with shading. And I would try to do a different pose and try to keep in mind like the proportions, right? So if the mannequin is sitting, I know like this is should be 4 heads tall. I have to remember this is angled now, so like I have to take into account for that. My legs are 2 heads long, right? My bottom's 2 heads long, so it's going to depend on how you draw this part. Foreshortening and stuff comes into play, so and that gets a little complicated. It just means like it's a perspective thing, but I really just want you to try. There's no right or wrong. I'm more focused on you using the pen techniques in shading the figure. Okay, so again, I'm more concerned about the shading using the pen. You can do this in pencil using like the hatching techniques, but I want to see you using those techniques from the previous video to create all your values. Okay, because this is going to be an option for most of you for the comic book. Okay. And I'll post a photo of this one completed so you have that as a reference as well.